Hello everyone, welcome back to Trine. We are here with the last official level of the game. This is the Tower of Sarek, the final showdown with whatever the hell this boss is supposed to be. Because we haven't really seen much of it, or heard much of him lately. In fact, literally all we've done is here. We've heard him laugh.
Is that him? Is that him right there?
That's not, it's just a statue. But that's him right there. So he is kind of
weirdo, you stupid... He's a sex pervert.
Well, maybe. I mean, I haven't really looked into his particular interests. I know his interests do include rising lava, so that's one thing that he's kind of into, which is a little...
Really likes to rise viscous liquids out of places.
He does. He's a weirdo, but... In any case, this boss battle, if you want to call it that, is pretty much just a living puzzle. Not a living puzzle, but like an evolving puzzle. Whereas you have to jump up here, and he'll try and summon things to block your path. Some in passive ways like the boxes, others in more aggressive ways like the fucking spike balls. So...
What a douchebag.
I know, he's kind of a jerk.
What's wrong with you douchebag?
But one kind of nice little thing that I just kind of accidentally did was if you see him drawing the little things as he summons items. If you jump into something as he's drawing it, it'll actually cancel out and prevent it from being summoned, which is kind of nice.
In the world of the Trine, you cannot materialize inside the person.
That's true. There's no telefragging in this series thing.
What is that? It's like a golden gear. Pick it up.
I'm sorry?
Pick up the golden gear.
I see down there. Yeah, that is kind of cool. I didn't actually notice that.
Is that you can use like an item?
It is not, unfortunately, but...
Do your items transfer over to like a New Game Plus?
Not quite. I mean, there is the level select, so you can go back and play old levels, but...
So you can play the level 1 with all your power-ups?
Yep, yeah. And in fact, that's probably the best way to get some of the achievements in this game, because some of them are quite tricky otherwise. If not nigh impossible, to be honest.
I love the Knight's ability to just jump on something, and then with the tips of his toes, jump on it again to the top. Yep,
that's how it goes. Well, all the characters have that little tiny mini jump. Any of the characters can do it. I definitely used the most with the Knight and the Thief.
You didn't do it there.
Yeah, did not pull it off there. You have to be like right on the cusp of a platform. It has to be right at the edge, like right there with the wizard. But yeah, it's a pretty.
These guys are hardcore.
It's true. That's true. And there I am canceling out more of the spells. It's like a wizard battle or something. You know, these crazy things. Good news is that we're getting close to the top. In fact, you can see the color of the level kind of shade, or of the background change because the lava is. It's still rising, but it's not.
One more experience bottle.
What's up?
One more experience bottle.
Oh yeah, and in fact, I remember this ending sequence. If you just keep fighting skeletons, like the first, I don't know, 10 skeletons you kill will give you experience bottles. Like they just fucking load you up at this point.
As I said, that in case you need it.
Yeah. Well, and of course, by this point in the game, we are pretty much at the end. I mean, we're running out of potential uses for experience bottles, but still, it's nice. And
hey, are you a completionist collector, OCD hoarder, or not?
It depends on the game. I did 100% this game, actually. I was quite proud of myself for that. It didn't take terribly long. A lot of oh yes, I'm taking some time to unleash some aggression against the bats, which gave me so much trouble.
Maybe not falling in the lava.
And preferably not. And I'm out of mana at this point, or at least I don't have enough. So back to the sword and shield and.
Oh, that hammer uses mana.
That charge attack does. So that splash damage thing does use mana. So it's a trade-off, but.
Also neat is the Knight's ability to turn a hammer into a sword instantly.
It's true. Sword and a shield, no doubt. It's pretty much instantaneous. Oh god, until you fall into...
You love doing that to the Knight.
Killing him?
Yeah, just dropping him in some lava.
Well, I mean, everyone's got their own fetishes and whatnot, so I like to think that I'm just special. But, okay, well, enough of the... Oh shit, yeah, more bats. So I was about to say... in fact, I bet as I was recording this, I was saying, okay, time to get down to business, and then bats killed me again, and I was like, okay... I can't be having this. And I'm trying to get another good charge attack, but I can't...
You better head back to that orb.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, the charge attack won't work on all surfaces.
Wait, why did that fully heal the Knight, but not the Thief?
Well, the Knight has an item in his inventory that's like, when you pass a checkpoint, if it hasn't been used yet, it'll heal like 75% of your health.
Oh.
And you can only do it once per checkpoint use or something. I actually can't quite remember the exact details, but something like that. And yeah, it's like, why can't I use it here, but I can... Yeah, it's like, oh, what, fuck this. But yeah, that secondary attack is kind of persnickety in that you can only use it...
You just said persnickety.
Oh, I love that word. I like to think of myself as a wordsmith, although the real word is probably word fitter.
That skeleton fell in the lava and died.
I did. What a jerk. And speaking of jerks, it's time to lay this bad boy to waste. It's now that all three of the artifacts are brought together. All is well.
You got the Triforce.
Oh, sweet. We're all together, but now on our own. Oh shit.
I knew it, skeleton.
Bam, motherfucker. Yeah, he is definitely like a skeleton lord, wizard, sorcerer thing. I really couldn't tell you. But now he's fucking dead. He's dead, and, well, I mean, he was probably, if he was a skeleton, he was already dead. But now he's even more dead.
Now he's dead alive.
That's true. That's true. So now we get to see the ending sequence. With all of its...
Ooh, 12 minutes of credits, yay.
It's a decent length, I like to think. I don't know. It's kind of cool seeing how all the characters end up.
The artifact
Slowly restored the balance of the world. Life and its joys return to the kingdom. In the spring, a new king was elected. The new king offered his rewards to our heroes. The knight refused to become the captain of the king's men. Instead, he finally followed his father's hopes and acknowledged his other passion, that of food and ale. He became the king's royal ale provider. And he got fat.
AKA alcoholic, but, you know, different strokes.
The thief was offered riches beyond her wildest dreams, but she felt a longing to go back to the forest ruins. The king granted her wish and gave her reign over the forest, where life slowly returned, restoring it to its former splendor. As for the wizard, he finally understood that the road to success did not have anything to do with a fireball spell. He wasn't sure what it was, but saving the kingdom certainly helped. See those gears? Like, that's the item thing there.
It's like a constant motif in his outfit, which I don't quite understand, but I guess it goes with this little...
The fuck active controls? Nothing.
Okay. But yeah, that's like I said, that fireball joke would continue throughout the entire storyline.
Babies shooting fireballs.
It's true, man. They got it before he did, poor guy.
They lived happily ever after.
Until farts happened.
Alright, now we get 5 minutes of credits.
Yeah, now it's the ever-present staff roll. And yes, they live happily ever after until the sequel, I guess, which I don't know how that ties in storyline-wise, but it's a thing, apparently. But
so, what did you think of the Trine game?
I'm quite a fan. I was really impressed when I played through it for the first time, even though I played it I think 4 years after, or maybe 5 years after it had come out. It was quite a long time after the fact, but still I think it holds up quite well to this day. I mentioned that Frozen Byte, the developer that made this game, really kind of came out of nowhere when they made this. They've only made a handful of games thus far, but they all are relatively good games. The only series that I'm not a huge fan of is the Shadowground series. I think it's just kind of okay, but it's not nearly as good as the Trine series. But, yeah, I'm a fan. I think it's fantastic. How about yourself?
Very well. It was interesting.
Despite the slowness of the last couple levels, which are quite lengthy.
As I said, it's probably more of a fun game to play than to watch someone play.
Right. It most definitely is a fun game to play. Anyone that enjoys platforming games with a decent, I don't know, the puzzles in this game really aren't anything to write home about. And the combat is just kind of okay, but I think the platforming and the exploring aspect that's the stuff that really seems to be the game's strong points.
Mm-hmm.
But, well, the good news is that we aren't quite done yet. There's one last video, which is, 3 or 4 minutes long, which is kind of a bonus area that you unlock after you beat the game. You do maintain at least I'm pretty sure you maintain all of your abilities that you would have carried over from the main storyline. And it pretty much serves as like an alternate version of the puzzle that we just went through, where the lava is slowly rising, and you've got to make it to the top. If I had to guess, it's either supposed to be a tie-in with Trine 2, like maybe it was just an in-progress thing that they decided to throw in at the last minute for no reason, or maybe it's a leftover version of the battle that we just went through. Maybe it was like a demo version, and they liked it so much they didn't want to get rid of it, or I don't know.
Or maybe it was an alternate universe where Pizza the Hut won.
Ah, I do like Spaceballs. That is a good movie. And Pizza the Hut eating himself to death. Quite a tragedy, but
but hilarious.
Hilarious.
Fun for the whole family.
That's true. That's true. And, of course, one thing to note with all the umlauts that we're seeing over the names and whatnot, I'm pretty sure Frozen Byte is like I think they're European.
Swedish.
Are they Swedish? Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Definitely somewhere in Northern Europe. And they, I think it seems, it's I think between most of their games, you can kind of see that influence in it. But, no, I think it's fantastic. And I hope that they make lots more games, and I hope they at least do something with the Trine series. I mean, 2 games so far is nice, but I don't know, it'd be kind of cool to see more. I think Trine 2 came out maybe 2 or 3 years ago, so I feel like
we want Trine 7.
I feel like the world is ready for some sort of continuation. I think our bodies are ready.
Isn't Trine 2 the continuation?
Well, I mean, with a name like Trine, it almost begs for a 3rd installment of some sort, but maybe I'm just looking too
like it should be Trine, Sign, and Wine?
Well, I don't know if the developers have their rhyming dictionaries on hand, but, I mean, it's, stranger things have happened. Or they could pull Leisure Suit Larry and be like, Trine 1, Trine 2, Trine 4, and just skip over 3 and just not, just ignore it.
I remember Banjo-Kazooie, what was funny about that was, you had Banjo-Kazooie, right? And, that's the character's name, that's it.
Yep.
And then they made Banjo-Tooie. Funny, right? It's rhyming, it's 2. In progress, what they, from what I understand, they were planning to call the game Banjo 3E. And I would have thought, if they actually made that game, that was a shit name. Because, while it kept the formula, I guess, of EE, it didn't rhyme.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been funny, because Banjo 2E, Kazooie, right? Banjo 3E is just great, now you put 3 in there. Why not, Banjo... I'm trying to think, you have to use, a word, there'd be, Banjo, Nui,
It's, I admire them for sticking to their motif that they set up, but you're right, that 3E would be a stupid name.
I was saying, you should call it, Banjo Nui.
Or something like that, or just go with a different name.
I have the same opinion on the new Smash Brothers game. They're calling it, Smash Brothers U or something like that.
Oh, are they?
And I think that's a cop-out, because they called it Smash Brothers, there was no formula yet, but then they called it Melee.
Yeah.
And then they called it Brawl. Do you know what the common theme between all those words are?
Some sort of hand-to-hand fisticuffs.
Well, sort of, yeah, but it's also that they're words to use to describe, a very amped-up fight. And I looked up on a source, what other words would be used to describe something like that, and I found what I thought would be the best name for the next Smash Bros. Game, which would be Smash Brothers Clash.
Oh yeah, I've heard a couple people say that as well.
Clash would have been a perfect name, and they just went with Smash Brothers U!
Yeah.
I'm like, what a missed opportunity that was.
It would have been nice, I think.
They did that with, all their games. Everything's you this, you that.
Well, if I had to guess, they might be going out of their way to make sure that there's a distinction between the Wii U version and the 3DS version. That's a guess that maybe that's what led them down that path.
But why not Clash and Clash U?
Well, yeah, that's the thing, though. I mean, I don't know why they would be so opposed to keeping with that same naming nomenclature. I don't know.
God damn it, you just said nomenclature.
I like words. I like using words sometimes.
I'm gonna call you on it every time you say one of these words.
I sometimes like to use words. Not very often, but sometimes I use my brain. Never for, productive purposes. But, alright, well, thank you guys for watching. We will see you in the bonus video for Trine, where we tackle the little extra bonus area. We'll see you guys then.